My girl is the kind of girl that keeps me satisfied. She keeps me satisfied, oh yeah. She goes right to my head. Long days, a little dress, she tempts with the devil's sweet caress. And I must confess, oh no, the heart skips like a stone.
Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So this is not a true crime or mystery video. If you could not tell by the title, it's not. So if you clicked into the video expecting that and you find that it's not, even after you read the title, I don't want to see any comments about how this isn't a true crime or mystery video. But this video has been highly requested. As a lot of you may or may not know, my channel initially last April started off as a skincare and makeup channel because I love skincare and makeup. So it was something I was passionate about. However, I found more interest in doing research on true crime and mysteries and things like that. That kept me going and it sustained me. So that's why I pivoted and changed my channel. But a lot of you have been asking me to do a video on my current favorite skincare and favorite makeup. And a lot of this skincare and makeup have been in my regimen forever. Most of this skincare I have been using for over a year or more. So it's highly tested. I think it works. I find it works perfectly for me. That's why I've stuck to it, because I have extremely sensitive skin. If I put something on my face that it doesn't like, or if it's too harsh, I will immediately break out in these horrible eczema kind of rashes. It's just very bad, especially around my eyes, on my neck. I think you guys have noticed in the past, you'll see I have some spots on my neck. I also have this issue where I am allergic to my own sweat. So on days I work out, I get especially rosy and especially rashy. I also have an autoimmune condition, which can sometimes cause skin rashes. So it's very important to me to put things on my face, makeup and skincare, that are gentle and that aren't going to make whatever nonsense I have going on my face worse or cause an additional nonsense situation. My skin runs dry to combo, especially now in the winter. I always used to think I had oily skin, but I didn't. I had dry skin and I wasn't moisturizing it properly. So my skin was overproducing oil to make up for the deficit in oil that my skin had from being dry. And so I was becoming very shiny and oily in a lot of places because my skin was overproducing oil. So now that I've begun moisturizing, which is my most important skincare step, and you will find out when you see what I have over here for you, that moisturization is my number one most important skincare step because of the fact that I do have dry skin and because I think the more moisturized your skin is, the younger it looks and the younger it stays. So let's just get started. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and most of these products will be linked in the description box if you want to check them out for yourselves. We're going to start with skincare because in my opinion, skincare is much more important than makeup, and you'll find that I invest a lot more money into my skincare, and I can sometimes go a little bit cheaper in the makeup realm because I think it's so much more important, the base, your skin, that you put the makeup on. If your skin looks good, you can probably make most any makeup work. I feel like there's a hair on my lip gloss and I can't get it off. I can't find it. The first place I always start off, whether it be morning or night, is with the simple micellar water. The micellar water in general is awesome. I have a fear of leaving makeup on my face before I wash it. And the good thing about a micellar water is you get all the crap off of your face before you put your skincare on, because I really want my skincare to soak directly into my skin. I don't want it to have to cut through and work through all the makeup before it can even get into my skin and deposit its goodness right on my skin. So I always use the micellar water, even if it's the morning and I don't have makeup on, just a quick swipe to get anything off. They may be sitting on my skin from the night. And especially at night, I think I fill 5 cleansing pads full of makeup. I want to get every spot of makeup off. So that is what I always start with before I go in with any skincare or cleansers. waters. Some people really like the Garnier micellar water. I found it to be a little drying for my skin. This one for me has been the best, and it's what I've stuck to. I usually buy like 2 or 3 bottles at a time. You can find it at the drugstore. I think it's on a pretty high-end price for the drugstore. I think it's like $9 or $10, but usually Walgreens or CVS or someplace like that will be running a buy one, get one 50% off if you have the store's card. So I always buy 4 when that happens so that I can get the discount, and then I always have a stock of it. Next is my cleanser. Now, I have been a die-hard Tatcha convert for over a year now. After I had Bella, I struggled really badly with my skin. It changed completely, and for years I was miserable because I didn't know what was happening to me. I never broke out before I had Bella. And probably 2 or 3 months after I gave birth to her, my skin erupted in the worst acne. I would put a picture up to show you, but I'm so embarrassed. Oh my God, it was the absolute worst. And I know people have real problems. Guys, we talk about them in true crime videos every day. People have real problems, but this was so hard for me because your face is the first thing people see. And if you have tons and tons of acne, and this was hormonal and cystic, so it was all around my mouth, oh, my cheeks, it was so bad. And I remember Adam and I went to Mexico last March, I think, and my skin was probably at its worst. And I'm at the beach, so I'm not wearing any makeup because I'm at the beach. I've got sunscreen on. I'm not wearing any makeup. And I just felt so self-conscious the entire week we were there. And it's really something I look back and I remember that trip, me being so self-conscious about my face. You could see me in pictures with Adam. I would hide the bottom portion of my face, like behind his shoulder. It was just awful. And you know, if you have cystic acne like that, trying to cover it up with makeup really just makes it look crusty and worse. So I was at a bad place with my skin, and I didn't realize what was going on with my skin. It turns out I had a hormonal imbalance because after I had Bella, I went off birth control, and I'd been on birth control since I was, 15 or 16 years old. So my body wasn't used to it. And it turns out I'm very high in testosterone. So that was what was happening. I was getting a lot of breakouts here, and that's the area you'll get them in if you're high in testosterone, because that's the area you'll have a beard if you were a man. So I'm high in testosterone, probably explains my aggressive nature at times. So they gave me a pill to lower my testosterone, and my skin cleared up within a couple of months. So if you guys are having similar issues, you might want to look into that, because I thought it was just whatever I was doing to my skin. Maybe I wasn't doing something, maybe I was doing too much, and I couldn't figure it out. However, I did think maybe my cleanser was the culprit. Maybe I wasn't getting my face clean enough. This was far before I knew anything about skincare. I was using an Aveeno foaming face wash with salicylic acid, and I thought maybe I need something better. Maybe the salicylic acid's too harsh. So I turned to an oil cleanser, because the oil cleansers are supposed to be really good for your skin. It seems counterproductive to put oil on your face, but this kind of oil is awesome because you put it on your face. Not only does it feel awesome going on, so silky and smooth, like you're giving yourself a little face massage every time you wash your face, but when you put it on, the oil in the cleanser is attaching to the bad oil in your skin and cannibalizing it, basically. So when you wash off the cleansing oil, you're taking with it the bad oil in your skin that the cleansing oil attached to, but you're still leaving behind enough good oils so that your face isn't becoming stripped of moisture, which will produce more oil and in turn produce more acne. So I use religiously, I will not use anything else. So I use the Tatcha Pure One Step Camellia Cleansing Oil. Tatcha is a Japanese skincare brand, and the creator of this skincare brand took her influence to make the skincare based on the geishas in Japan and their beautiful skin. And the Japanese in general have a very beautiful skin because they have these insane 10, 11, 12 step skincare routines. And a big part of that skincare routine is like a double and triple cleansing. The cleansing oil is the first thing I tried from the Tatcha line, and I've been addicted ever since. This is probably one of the best skincare products or companies that I have ever used, and I love it. I love it. And if you look back at my old skincare videos, this is not me saying I love it now. I've always Always loved it. Tatcha is cruelty-free. They do not test on animals. Some of the products contain things like royal jelly and beeswax and things like that. So they're not all vegan, but they do offer some vegan options, just like your favorite restaurant. It's so luxurious and fragrant when you put it on your skin, and it smells so good. It smells like when you're at an Italian restaurant and you get bread and then a little, plate of olive oil and they put herbs and stuff in it. That's what it smells like. It's so good. I bought it once saying I was just going to treat myself. My skin was a mess. It's expensive. I'm not going to buy it again. And anybody who ever tells themselves that is completely fooling yourself, because if you try something like skincare that's way more expensive than anything you're currently using and you're like, I'm only going to get this once, you're going to see how much better it is, because you get what you pay for. It's not full of mineral water and things like that, which are fillers and bad for your skin. And I will actually link the video I made on the cleansing oil a year ago, I think at this point. It's been at least 9 or 10 months. I made a video on it and it goes really in depth into all the ingredients and how you use it. And if you want to check that out, I will put the card wherever it goes up in here. But it's awesome. In fact, we just went to Great Wolf Lodge. And yes, for a cleanser, I suppose it's expensive. I believe it's $48 on their website. That's usually where I purchase it from. However, you don't go through it like you would go through a normal cleanser. So when I was using my Aveeno, the foaming cleanser, I think I was going through one of those at least every 2 weeks. But with this, because you only need just a squirt or two in your palm and you put it on your dry face, you're not going through that much of it. I can make it stretch, if I try, 3 months. So that's how I justify the expense, and that's how I justify the expense. Another Tatcha product that I use directly after I cleanse with the Camellia cleansing oil is the Tatcha Polished Rice Enzyme. It's a really gentle exfoliator, so it's basically a chemical exfoliator instead of a physical exfoliator. It's important to exfoliate, but sometimes people go too far with the exfoliation and they use these really harsh scrubs and things that are horrible for your face because they make microabrasions in your skin, which lets all sorts of things in. It can cause acne, it can cause rashes, it can cause breakage in your skin barrier, which then can cause all sorts of disruptions. So it's really good to use, if you're going to exfoliate, a chemical exfoliator or something like the Polished Enzyme from Tatcha. It's basically made out of really gentle rice with a bunch of other kind of chemical exfoliators mixed in. And when you mix it with water, you rub it on your face and it dissolves into this foam. It basically eats away all the dead skin on your face, and you rinse your face, and my face feels like the smoothest of the smooth newborn baby butts ever after I'm done using the Camellia cleansing oil and the rice polished enzymes. So those are two of my go-tos. I'm actually out of that now. I just put in an order 2 days ago, so it should be here hopefully soon, because I hate being without it, because I love when my skin feels so soft. So those are two pricey skincare items. And like I said, I do invest a lot more into my skincare than I do into my makeup, just because I think it's so important. But there is a line of skincare that I love that is so affordable and so effective, and it's called The Ordinary. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but if you do, you've probably seen my makeup corner. It's just 3 shelves with my makeup and skincare on it, but you know how many Ordinary products I use. I just brought out a couple because I literally could not bring out all 20 of them. The ones I use most often are going to be the glycolic acid toner. This is a dupe, I think, for the Pixi Glow Tonic. I used to use Pixi. The glycolic acid toner from The Ordinary is cheaper and they give you so much more. I actually have it. I'll show you. Hold on. Oh, here's the lactic acid. I was sitting on it. So here is the glycolic acid 7% toning solution, and you can see it has a little bit of a pinky hue. And that's because they add Tasmanian pepperberry to the formula, which calms your skin. So this is awesome. And you get a ton, right? I mean, how much is in here? 8 fluid ounces. And I think it's like, y'all are making me look up prices, because I always feel like I know the price and then I don't. Because I don't want to say, I think it's like $13 and then have it be so much more and have somebody get mad at me. Okay, it is not $13. It's $8.70. Way better than $13. So you're getting 8 ounces for basically $9. You can buy it at Sephora. You can buy it on the Ordinary website, which is typically where I order from because I do believe they do free shipping if you order $35 worth of products. And I find Sephora can be sold out a lot, and I'm usually buying a bunch of Ordinary stuff at once. You can get like 12 products for $35 from the Ordinary, so it's pretty awesome. This is really, really good. But I do also double up when I buy these because they are often sold out on the Ordinary website too. Another one I love is the lactic acid solution from The Ordinary. I get the 10% plus hyaluronic acid. I find it's the best because I want to slow down the aging process. And it also has that pinkish hue, if you can see. And it has that pinkish hue because it also has the Tasmanian pepper berries. But I think this lactic acid is a dupe for Sunday Riley's Good Jeans. And I used to use the Good Jeans, but that got way too expensive. Oh my God, it's so expensive. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it, how expensive it is. But this one is not that expensive. Once again, I think it's about $9.80, and you get 1 fluid ounce. Yeah. You get 1 fluid ounce, which is standard for The Ordinary, 1 fluid ounce in these little bottles, and it lasts me a long time. And as you can see, I just opened this one. This is also one that I buy in double. I don't use the lactic acid every single day because you don't want to use lactic acid every single day. I use it about 3 times a month, but I did a whole video on this as well, which I'll link if you want to check it out. The Ordinary does an amazing rosehip seed oil as well. It's cold pressed, and it comes in this darker bottle because rosehip seed oil can become kind of changed by the sunlight, so they put it in these dark UV bottles so it doesn't happen. It's an amazing rosehip seed oil. It's not expensive, and I use it all the time. The Matrixyl 10% plus hyaluronic acid, this is another one that I double up on. The Matrixyl has changed my skin to the point where if you're of a certain age, which I am, although I try to deny it, I am of a certain age where I'm worried about things like smile lines deepening and crow's feet around your eyes. And this has been amazing. I couldn't believe how good this was. I made a whole video on this too, literally just raving about it because this really, really, really started minimizing, especially the crow's feet around my eyes, which is a big deal. I smile a lot. I'm a happy person. The downside of being a happy person is you get the lines in all the places you don't want them, especially around your eyes and around your mouth. So this has been a lifesaver for me as far as those fine lines. Oh, and I put it on my forehead too because I hate these forehead lines so much. Now that I pointed them out, I know you guys are going to be always looking for them. And the Ordinary salicylic acid solution, I love this solution. Even if I'm not breaking out, I use this every single night. As you can see, I'm completely out of it. I don't know if you can see, but I'm completely out of it. But I use it every single night just in case anything tries to come out, it gets stopped. So those are all amazing. And I believe except for the Matrixyl, which I think is about $11, they're all under $10. This next product I think can be considered either skincare or makeup. I mean, it's definitely skincare, but I use it over makeup as well as under makeup, as well as anytime I need a quick refresh. And that's the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rose water. Herbs or herbs? Herbs. This stuff is awesome. It's so hydrating. It's so refreshing. It smells so good. I spray it on my skin just, when I'm walking around the house. If I feel like I need an extra boost of moisture, I spray it on my skin after my skincare and before I put makeup on. And I usually spritz a little bit over my makeup so my makeup doesn't look too dry and it keeps it a little dewier because I like it to be a little bit dewier. It makes you look young. When your skin's not completely matte, you got a little of that youthful glow from within, even though it's not from within, it's from without. From outside. In fact, I'm about to spray a little bit on right now, just for a boost, wake me up. I haven't had my coffee yet. I was watching the Madeleine McCann documentary on Netflix this morning when I was getting ready, and I completely forgot to make coffee, which never happens, but that shows you how wrapped up I am into that Madeleine McCann documentary, which I haven't finished it yet, so I'm going to reserve my judgment, but we'll talk about that soon. Next is my favorite part of my skincare regime, and that is the moisturization part. And I have so many creams, guys. It's almost embarrassing how many creams I have, but I like to keep my skin guessing. So I like to switch them up. I like to find 3 creams for my face. that I can use. I know don't break me out or make me get rashy, and I kind of, you know, cycle through them as the week goes. So my skin's always like, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do today? What's happening? And it doesn't get used to and immune to anything. So what I brought out for you today is 2 eye creams and 3 creams. No, I lied, 4 creams because they're all used for different things. It's winter now, obviously, so I'm super dry, much drier than usual. So I'm going with heavier kinds of moisturizers, especially at night. And during the day, I'll use something a little bit lighter. But these are the creams that I'm using currently. When summer comes or spring comes, I'm gonna give my skin a quick check and see if it's not as dry. And then I might move to something lighter, but a couple of these can be used all year round because they're light yet really hydrating. The first one I'm going to show you is my absolute favorite. It is without a doubt at this point my all-time favorite because it did just get released last week. So I don't know, something else might come out, but at this point, this is everything. This is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. And like I said, it's expensive. I think it's like 60 bucks. So I use it very sparingly. And it comes with this cute little spatula on the top. So you don't have to dig your fingers into the cream because your hands are dirty, you know, and any bacteria that you just took off of your face when you were putting on your other skincare, and now you dig your little dirty bacteria-filled fingers into here, now that bacteria is in here. So this keeps it clean and sanitary, and I love it. In fact, Adam must have touched it the other day because every time I use it, I always clean the little spatula, and Adam must have touched it just looking at it, and I saw a fingerprint on the little gold spatula. And I was like, Adam, did you touch that? And he was like, yeah, it's cool. I was just looking at it. And I was like, now I have to clean it all over again and sanitize it because you touched it with your grubby little fingers and who knows what you were doing with your hands. And then he made me put some on his face. And I was like, don't get used to this, buddy. It's expensive. So I'm trying to make this stretch as long as possible. But it changed my skin. It's so soothing. It's so gentle. It's so hydrating. My skin, when I wake up and I put this on at night, when I wake up in the morning, my skin is just glowing and I love it and it smells so good. And it has the same scent as most of the other dewy skin line has. I don't know if you've ever used it before. There's so much from Tatcha I want, but I can't afford. The Dewy Skin Mist. There's this skin essence I really want, but it's so expensive. So I have to pick and choose what's my favorite and what I cannot live without. But the little spatula even has the Tatcha symbol on it. And the Tatcha products come in really beautiful packaging. I know packaging shouldn't matter, but it comes in beautiful packaging. But just look at this. It is so creamy. Oh my God, I love it. Not wasting that because I don't need it right now. And you can use this either in the morning or at night, but it is my all-time favorite skin cream. I just love it so much, guys. Why? Why are my skincare tastes so expensive? Let's move on to the other creams that I use. There is the Belif. Now, I think it's spelled Belif, but I don't know if it's pronounced Belif. But I'm going to call it Belif. The Belif. This is the True Cream Moisturizing Balm. Now they have a lighter one that I will use in the summer. It's like a True Cream Moisturizing Gel Balm or something. It's good too, it's just not as creamy and thick. So this is what it looks like, and then you open it up and you just have your basic white cream inside. Guys, it looks basic, but this stuff is really good. It works really well. And at the end of me showing you all these creams, my neck and décolletage area are gonna be so hydrated. So I thank you. So I love this on my off Tatcha days because I try to only use the Tatcha every other day. I use this during the day. And then I use the Tatcha during the day other days. And I also will use the Tatcha at night when I'm not using this guy. And this is also Belif or Belif. And this is the Believe in Truth Aqua Balm Sleeping Mask. So I love using this at night because it's really designed to go on your face at night before you go to sleep. So I'll put it on at night and then sleep in it. And the next morning I wake up baby smooth skin and it smells really good. I love the way it smells. It smells citrusy. It smells like lime. It smells like a margarita. It smells like a delicious margarita that you're drinking on a beautiful Cancun beach. It's awesome. I also really like the It Confidence in a Cream Cream. Confidence in a Cream Cream. This is for anti-aging, and I do find on my sensitive skin it can sometimes be a little much, so I only use this twice a week and very, very lightly. It does help with the firming and all that, and I really like the way it feels, and it is also moisturizing. However, because my skin is sensitive, I sometimes have a reaction to it, but my skin is very sensitive, and it smells like nothing. It smells like nothing. But I like this guy just for having a little of an anti-aging edge in my skincare routine. I throw it on there and then I hope that it's, throwing that collagen and elastin and retinoid and all that into my skin and plumping me up and making me look younger. It's actually called, which I've never noticed before, Anti-Aging Armor. Rejuvenating Concentrate. So it's anti-aging and it's moisturizing. It's really good if that's what you're looking for and your skin's not so sensitive. And you have to understand, my skin, if I put anything on it that it doesn't like at all that day, it could be fine the day before. And then the next day, it hates me and it hates my life and it hates everything I'm putting on it and it will just react badly. So my skin is very extremely sensitive. That's how it's always been. What can you do? Next, the two eye creams I use, and this is also the It Confidence in an Eye Cream. Not sponsored, I promise, but it's Confidence in an Eye Cream, and this is actually a little bit newer than the face cream. Guys, this stuff makes more of a difference on my eyes than any eye cream I've ever used. Any eye product I've ever used. And I have to really be careful with eye products. Like I said, my skin's sensitive. The area around my eyes, it's the thinnest skin on your body, pretty much. It's so thin and so sensitive. And if you put something on that causes a reaction, you can have the opposite effect of anti-aging because you're going to dry it out and make it look saggier and wrinklier and grosser. And this is just so awesome. You put it on, just dab a little, put a little bit right here on this finger because you never want to use this finger because it's too much pressure for that sensitive area in your eye. So use this little finger here. I feel like I was just about to flick you guys off. I'm so sorry. Use this little finger here. Dab it on. Within 5 minutes, you'll see a tightening and a lifting and a brightening. I put it on Adam a couple nights ago and he put his glasses back on and looked in the mirror and he was like, "What? That's crazy." And then he went to the store the next day and called me from Wegmans and he was like, "What do you think about Rock Skincare?" And I was like, "Adam, I have enough skincare here. We can share. I'll share with you. Don't worry." He really liked how it made his eyes look. So even men should use skincare. Even men are kind of self-aware that they might be aging a little bit. So this is awesome, awesome. But on off days when I'm not using that, because like I said, it does have the anti-aging stuff in it that can sometimes cause reactions, so I only use it every other day. I use this Belif or Belif. Have we decided yet? Let me know in the comments, but this is the Belif Peat Miracle Revital Eye Cream. Not peat like Peter, peat like moss. This is really, really soothing. It doesn't really smell like anything. It's soothing, it's moisturizing, and so when I'm having an off night from the anti-aging, I always use that just to keep my under eyes moisturized and looking youthful and glowing, I hope. Moving on, this is now, I don't know if I pronounced this right, but this is the Dr. Jart Cicafair cream. Cicafair or Chicafair? You let me know. So this is called the Tiger Grass cream, and remember I told you, I have sensitive skin. I get these bad rashes. I got rashes so bad under my eyes and on my neck. It was embarrassing. Once again, I hate my skin. I hate my skin and it hates me. They put me on a steroid cream, which I did not want to use around my eyes because steroids thin your skin. And I was like, you guys are crazy. You want me to put a steroid cream on skin that's already thin? I'm not doing it, and I don't like using steroid creams anyways. I've had these issues with my skin for many years, and it seems like every time I have the issue, they throw a steroid cream at me, and I'm kind of sick of it. Like, can we figure out what's going on here? Can we get to the root of the problem? This works better than any steroid cream I've ever used. I don't even use them anymore. Even when it's getting bad, I will not use them. I put this on, and it immediately soothes it, calms it, takes away the redness. Not immediately, but the next day, it looks way better, and after using it for another day, it's almost completely gone. So I don't need your steroid creams. It also smells awesome. It smells like lemon and eucalyptus and just it smells like a vacation. This is what the lobby of the hotel that we stayed in at our honeymoon smelled like. That always reminds me of it. This stuff is great. I'm so happy I found it. My Glam Glow Super Mud Mask is always my go-to. I never put this on my entire face though, ever. This is very drying. I'll only put it as a spot treatment if I feel a pimple trying to come out. Like, you know, you get that tingling feeling, like your spidey pimple sense. You feel that, put it on there, it puts a stop to it. This is awesome. I love it. And I actually found this at TJ Maxx because this stuff's expensive. I found this at TJ Maxx for like half off once. It was bananas. I posted it on Instagram. If you scroll back, I found this and I was so happy because it's very expensive. And I didn't want to spend that knowing that I only use it very sparingly. So I'm really glad I found it. Now we move to Sunday Riley. I use 3 Sunday Riley oils. Sunday Riley is a very expensive skincare brand, but I love these oils. So I'm going to talk to you about them in the order that I love them the most. Number 1 is the Sunday Riley UFO oil. It is so amazing. It's an ultra facial clarifying oil, so that's why it's called UFO, but it is actually green. And it smells so good. I heard people, I think I did a 1-star, I used to do 1-star review videos where I would go on like Sephora and Ulta and see products that people, I'm putting it on my neck again, the people gave 1-star reviews to, which are awesome products in my opinion, and then I'd make fun of those reviews because it was clear they didn't know what they were talking about. And I hate giving a 1-star review to a product unless it made your skin like fall off. You shouldn't be giving a 1-star review to a product because just because it didn't work for you doesn't mean it sucks and it won't work for everybody. But this is awesome. Some people said in the reviews it smelled like dirty gym socks, and I don't get that at all. It smells like pine and evergreen and fresh and natural. This is also amazing for any kind of acne or breakouts or uneven skin. It has salicylic acid in it. It has a bunch of good stuff in it. It's just so soothing and beautiful for the skin, and that it saved my life when I was having bad breakouts. That was the only thing I could use which would calm them and also make the redness go down and eventually, you know, cause them to get smaller. So I love that stuff. It is very pricey though, so I use it incredibly sparingly, but I love it. The second Sunday Riley oil I love so much, which I am so pissed off because the other day my hands were oily from using it and I dropped it and it spilled out like half the bottle, and they're expensive. So now I'm mad at myself and only myself, but still mad. This is the Juno oil, and it's an antioxidant and superfood facial oil, and I love using this also very sparingly. I never put it on my whole face because I don't want to use it all and then I have to go buy some more, but so I just dropped it all over my bathroom floor and my scale, so that's the same. I honestly thought about scooping it off the bathroom floor and then like putting it on my face really quick, but I was like, Stephanie, you just went nuts. You just went nuts thinking about doing that. It's crazy. Anyways, I use this really only in places that I need and want extra moisture. So once again, on my forehead, under my eyes, and here around my mouth, and it softens everything up. This is beautiful under makeup. Put it on like 15 minutes before you do your makeup because you don't want to put your makeup on right away when it's oily, but 15 minutes before and your makeup will glow. There's a lot of times, like I think my R. Kelly video was one of the first times I used this, and people were like, oh my God, your skin looks so great, and it was absolutely because of this. I feel like I should have split these videos up into 2 because I feel like we just talked for 45 minutes about skincare, but hopefully I can make it work. Lastly, I love the Luna oil from Sunday Riley, and this is a sleeping retinol oil, so I never use this on the same nights that I'll use any other retinol products or lactic acid or alpha lipoic acid or anything. If I'm using this, I only use this and then just gentle things otherwise. You put this on before you go to bed. It's supposed to work while you're sleeping. I love it. It makes my skin look awesome. It smells really good, and it's actually blue as well. It does give your skin a slight blue tint when you're putting it on, which is a little cool, if you can see. But it's really beautiful. It's really nice. I always wake up looking younger than I did when I went to sleep. Now, these 3 oils are extremely expensive. Most of them were gifts from Adam for like my birthday or Valentine's Day, and then I just make them stretch as long as possible. The longest I've gotten a UFO oil to stretch is 6 months, and I was pretty proud of myself. So the Luna oil is $105 for the big one, which is the size I have. The UFO is $80 for the big one, which is the size I have, and the Juno is 72 for the bigger one, which is the size I have. And you can always go to Sephora and get a sample of these two and try them out before you spend the money. Or if you try it and you don't like it or think it does anything, Sephora and Ulta both have amazing return policies, even if some of it's used. So keep that in mind. If you've been looking for a really good skin oil, all three of those are good. They all do different things though. And if you have questions about any of these skincare products or anything, ask me in the comments. And as you know, I read my comments and I will answer. So that's the end of the skincare portion. Should I make a whole new video for makeup? Like, I feel horrible. Let's just shove it all together. You guys are used to our videos from me anyways, right? Let's talk about makeup, which is gonna take probably longer because I love makeup. So I am now sitting on my bed surrounded with makeup I want to show you guys, which is making me kind of anxious because it's gonna take forever to put this all back. But let's get started. And we'll get started with the first thing that you put on your face, which is a primer. Now, I know there wasn't a lot of cheaper options in my skincare, but for almost everything that I own makeup-wise, I have higher end and much more affordable options. So we'll go over the 4, and I have a ton of primers, but the 4 that I use the most often and love. And I use them all for different things, you know, so I will use more than one primer on my face at a time. The one that I've been loving more than anything lately and will definitely repurchase, because I think I got this in last month's BoxyCharm, but this is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer. Because I have dry skin, it's so nice to use before my makeup. It also smells really good, but the thing it does is it just glides on really smoothly. It moisturizes, it makes everything look good. It even fills in pores, so I love it. But underneath my eyes and in the places that I need a little bit more attention to perfection, I always use, since I've got it, which was last month, and it's now something I can't live without, which is always what happens when you buy something expensive. It's the Tatcha The Silk Canvas Primer. And I know if you're into makeup and you watch makeup videos on YouTube, you've probably heard about this primer because everybody talks about it, everybody loves it, and I really love it. But this is the trial one. It's small, it's the trial one. I think it was 20 bucks. It smells so good, guys. Oh my God, everything Tatcha does smells so good. It smells like the Camellia Cleansing Oil, but this is so beautiful, yet so expensive, so I do not use it on my whole entire face. I put it under my eyes, and I think I posted a picture on Instagram the other day, and somebody, well, 2 or 3 people were like, how do you get your under eyes to look so smooth and nice? And this is the secret. This is the secret right here. Put it on my under eyes, and I also put it here, like where my smile lines are gonna be, and on my nose where my glasses go. It prevents me from getting glasses lines or glasses marks in my foundation. Not completely, obviously, and nothing can completely prevent that. If you wear glasses, you know, but it does a really good job. I also love the Smashbox Photo Finish Minimize Pores. It's the blue one. This is awesome. I've been using this for years. Also very pricey though, so I try to not use a lot of it. And my go-to affordable option for a primer is the NYX Angel Veil. This stuff is so good, and I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's like $9 maybe. It makes your skin look so beautiful and dewy and just kind of flawless. So I really like this one. Next, let's talk about foundation. And I always used to be a person who used only high-end foundation because I wanted my skin to look flawless. And it got really expensive because I do wear a lot of foundation. It's not like skincare. You can't really ration it. If you're having a bad face day for like 2 years straight, which I was, you have to use a lot of foundation. And if you're going to work every day, which I was, you have to use a lot of foundation. So I eventually made it my mission to find a drugstore foundation that could live up to the high-end ones, and it took a long time. But you guys are always asking what foundation I wear, and it's always the Revlon Color Stay, always. So it's the Revlon Color Stay, but it's the normal to dry one. They have another one for oilier skin types, but I get the normal to dry. This is the best drugstore foundation that I have used to date. Does it last 24 hours like it says it's going to? I mean, no, it doesn't, but no foundation really does. It looks worse after 15 hours than it did when I first put it on, but every foundation does that. It also has SPF in it, which I like, but that can often lead to having an issue with flashback in a photo, but this does not. I usually mix this color together and this color together to form whatever color my face is deciding to be that day. Can't find my match in drugstore foundation. That's kind of the hard thing. They don't have a lot of color or shade options, so I end up mixing. But when you're only spending $8 or $9 on foundation, you know, you can afford to do that, especially, like I said, Walgreens, especially on makeup. Walgreens, CVS, Rite Aid, they usually have those buy one, get one for 50% off things. So now I know there's a new L'Oreal foundation out. It's supposed to be like the fresh wear and everybody's raving about it. So I definitely have to try it. I gotta go get it. I think I'm gonna go get it today and I'm gonna try it because if it's as good as everybody says it is, then I definitely want to give it a shot. Let me know if you wanna know what I thought about it. Today in this video, I'm wearing the Tarte Shape Tape or Face Tape foundation. This is new, so I bought it and I wanted to try it. And then I saw a bunch of terrible reviews on it, so I got really nervous, but I used it yesterday. I posted it on Instagram. I thought it looked really good. I thought it looked really, really good even later on when, you know, your skin oils start to come through. It actually ended up looking almost dewier and nicer, so I like it so far. And it's supposed to be transfer proof, which I found it to definitely be transfer proof because Aiden and Bella and I were wrestling around before they went to bed last night and I forgot I had makeup on because I typically don't wear makeup on days when I'm not recording. And I was like wrestling around, shoving my face into like his blankets. And then I was like, oh no, I have makeup on because I felt my mascara like running. And I went to run in the bathroom and look, and sure enough, my mascara was all under my eyes, but my foundation hadn't moved and there was nothing on his bed. So I'm happy with this. This is, I think, $38. So it's definitely on the higher end, but this will just be for special occasions. Estee Lauder Double Wear is another foundation I use, but it's my special occasion foundation because it is expensive and it's very makeup-y. So, you know, if I go to like a party or something, or I have an event I have to go to, I'll wear one of my special occasion makeups. But the Revlon Color Stay 24-hour wear, that's my go-to every single day foundation, and I love it. Now, because I have drier skin, I'm not a girl who really likes to set her makeup. I don't usually set anything besides here, you know, my T-zone where I can get oily and shiny, a little bit on my chin, and sometimes under my eyes if I feel like it or they're not acting out or being super dry. And I always use and have always used for the longest time the RCMA No Color Powder. This stuff is cheap. They give you a crap ton of it. It will last forever. I think this has literally lasted me, it's been a long time. When they say no color, they mean no color. I have another powder that says it's called the Ghost Powder. I forget who makes it. I think it's Makeup Revolution or Revolution Makeup. It's called the Ghost Powder, which means it's supposed to be invisible. However, it was not invisible. It was literally like a ghost, not an invisible ghost, not a spirit, but the ghost you are for Halloween when you put a white sheet over your head and poke holes in it for your eyes. My face was white. This is amazing. It's truly no color. It's awesome. It's smooth. It's beautiful. It sets perfectly. It lasts forever. Comes in this little like salt shaker thing. It's cheap. I think I got it from Beautylish for like 11 or 13 bucks. Bronzer. So I have gone through a lot of different bronzing and contouring options. I used to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, but I won't use her stuff anymore. So now I use, as far as a kit goes, I use the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contour Kit. And it's just really beautiful. It has lots of different contouring and bronzing colors you can use. And then it also has like your under eye set if you want, which I think you can see. I really haven't ever used these because I use the RCMA No Color Powder, but there's like a yellower one and a pinker one depending on your skin tone and if you're trying to color correct or highlight or something. So this is awesome. My favorite one to use for contouring is Princess Cut. And Angle is really nice for like warming up the face, but I'm very pale, so I don't use a ton of these. I'll just use them really like lightly, and probably in the summer if I have a little bit more color, I'll end up using them. But since I clearly use the Princess Cut shade so much more than any of the other ones, I did get a single, and it doesn't say it's Princess Cut. It's called Park Avenue Princess, this actual bronzer here, but it's very similar to the Princess Cut shade, so now I mainly use this. But I will go into that every so often. But this is, you know, my go-to bronzer or my go-to contouring tool, at least. I didn't make any sense. I'm so sorry. The good thing about these formulations is they're Amazonian clay. They say they last 24 hours, and I do find that they last quite a while. I've never worn makeup for 24 hours. I don't feel like you should. It sounds awful. They last all day for me, and they just smell really good. They smell really good, like coconut and pina colada, just delicious. Now, Wet n Wild also makes a really good bronzer for your more affordable option, and I have this one. It's Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer, and they're awesome. And this one is in the color You're Dragging Me Down because this was from their Game of Thrones collection, so I've used it. I don't know if you can see, but there's a little dragon on it. So awesome. And I really only bought it because of the Game of Thrones theme, but I ended up loving it, and I use it all the time. Oh, I think I just put it on the tip of my nose. I use it all the time and I like it a lot. It's a little warm as far as contouring for me, but I do use it to warm up my face all the time. And Wet n Wild makes a really good bronzer formula. I heard they changed their formula though, so don't quote me on that. But this and any other Wet n Wild bronzer that I bought in the past has been awesome. For blush, I use the Tarte 24-Hour Amazonian Clay blushes, and I stick to pretty much two colors. So this one is called Natural Beauty, and then this one's called Quirky. Quirky is my pretty much go-to everyday color. As you can see, I use it often because it's peachy and it's light and it's not too like boom in your face blush, because I'm so pale. I don't need anything really like super red or pink on my cheeks. Another of my favorite everyday go-to blushes is the Laura Geller, and this is a baked blush and brighten, and I really like this guy because it's like a baked one, but it's kind of a highlighter and blush combined. So the highlighter element of the blush tones down the blush color, and I am wearing this today. This is in the shade Tropic Hues, but I love this stuff, and I think it's on sale right now at Ulta because I saw it in their ad the other day, but I haven't even come close to going through it, and I've had this for a while. Let's move on to highlighters. Highlighters are some of my favorite things. I have so many highlighters, it's not even funny. It's not even right. I am probably going to show you right now so many highlighters, you're going to say, why? And I'm going to answer, I don't know. And I'm also going to tell you that it's only half of what I actually have because it's ridiculous. I have a little bit of a highlighter addiction. It's unhealthy and I need help. First of all, you all know I love my Jeffree Star Supreme Skin Frost highlighters. These are so beautiful. They pop, they're gorgeous. Oh my goodness. I mean, just look at it. And this is in the shade Wet Dream. For highlighters, I usually go with something more pinky or something more silvery. The golds and the deeper highlighter colors don't really work with my pale skin. It's so pretty. What? This is actually kind of gold though, but it works. Now my nose is shiny. Another of my favorites for a while is the Urban Decay Afterglow 8-Hour Powder Highlight, and this is in the color Sin, and it's all right. The Urban Decay one is a little powderier than I liked. It just always was something I kept buying and buying because I liked it, and then I found better things. But for some reason, I still have it, and you know, I kind of use it every so often. But it's a little powderier than the others. I really like a nice, I don't know, moisturized highlight or moist highlight. I don't know. And anytime I put a highlight on anyways, I always just spray a makeup brush with like a setting spray or something in order to kind of make it pop. So it doesn't really matter if I did that with that, it would work too. But it just hasn't been my go-to. But for a long time, it was my favorite. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Amrezy, this was a special edition. They brought it back, I don't know, like 5 months ago or 4 months ago. I can't remember, but they brought it back and there was a deal because I had like a Sephora coupon or something and I got it for like 20 bucks where it's usually more expensive than that. The only issue I have with it though is it ended up doing this weird thing. So it's beautiful, but you see how it's all textured? But it's a beautiful highlight. But it got all textured, and as far as looks go, I don't like how that looks. I also have a wide array of affordable highlighters, which I use all of these regularly. Wet n Wild makes an amazing highlighter, both loose and not loose. And these are awesome. These are the highlighting bars. I've got the gold one and I've got the platinum one. And these were sold, I think, a year or two ago, and then they were discontinued and they were sold out. And when they got re-released, I went to go buy them and they were all sold out. I had to go to 4 different stores to find these too. But anyways, I have the like rose gold one, I think it is. It's the rose gold. And then I have this one, which is the platinum one. So they're beautiful. This is the Wet n Wild Loose Highlighting Powder, and it came out with their Zodiac collection that they had, I think, 6 months ago or something. But if you want a really popping highlighter, it looks so beautiful on the skin. If you dampen a brush, like I said, with a setting spray and put it on, it really pops. It's a lot more dramatic than the other ones. And the Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter has been my favorite for a long time. First of all, it smells amazing. I gotta find a free finger. It's so soft. It has some sort of like skin softeners in it, Muro butter or something. I forget what it's called, but it's so soft and so beautiful and really, really nice. These are awesome. I wasn't as big of a fan of the bronzer, or I think was it the bronzer? I wasn't as big of a fan of the Physician Formula Butter Bronzers. I just didn't think they lasted that long and they were not as blendable, but a lot of people love them. So, and lastly, we have the ColourPop Super Shock Highlighters, and I believe like months ago, one of my subscribers recommended these to me. And since I love ColourPop in general, I gave them a try, and these are really beautiful. They're similar to the Physician Formula ones where they're like softer, but these are absolutely gorgeous. They just don't smell like a pina colada. And this was from the Disney Princess collection, and it's called A Smile and a Song Super Shock Cheek Pearlized. I feel like I'm gonna waste all of this, but I don't. Now I'm gonna have one cheek that's like completely different. Whoa. Okay, moving on away from highlighter. So pretty much we're done with the face, right? We did the, oh no, concealer. Ha! I have two concealers that are my go-to. Tarte Shape Tape is always going to be my boo. I love it. I know some people say they don't like it. I love it. For under your eyes, there's nothing better. And I always go with a really, really much lighter color because typically under my eyes and just in places I want to highlight is the only place I will use this. So I go for something so much lighter than my skin because you want to bring those areas out. For the rest of my face, I always use the Revlon Color Stay concealer, and this stuff is awesome too. I also use this on my eyelids before I put on my eye makeup. But these are both awesome. If I have a pimple or something, I will use this to cover it because this is really just for highlighting and making yourself look brighter and lighter, and this is more for covering. But this is great at covering. If you're exhausted, which I always am, you guys make fun of me and you say, you're not that tired, you're not that sleep deprived, you never look sleep deprived. This is why I don't look sleep deprived, right here. This is not sponsored by Tarte either. I feel like I have so many Tarte products that I didn't even realize I had until I started telling them to you guys. But this is not sponsored by Tarte at all. Okay, let's move to the eyes. For mascara, I'm a simple girl. I use the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara just because they sent it to me in BoxyCharm a couple of months ago, and it's good. But every day, normally, and when I'm done with this, I will not repurchase it. I don't like to spend a lot of money on mascara. I think it's ridiculous to spend $30 on mascara. It's crazy. I don't even wear fake eyelashes. I don't have time to wear fake eyelashes, and I'm really bad at putting them on. I always use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Mascara in Very Black, and not the waterproof one, the regular one. I'm a simple girl. It's a drugstore brand. It's like $6.99. I think it works awesome. I'm not this person that's like, mascara makes a difference. I'm not gonna pay $30 for a mascara when I can pay $7 for the same thing. But this is good. It works great. I like it. I'm just not gonna ever repurchase it because it's so expensive. But I really like Too Faced. I'm even simpler when it comes to eyeliner. I typically only use, if I'm wearing eyeliner, I use a black liquid eyeliner. I have other eyeliners, like different colored ones that I'll put in like my waterline or something, but if I'm wearing eyeliner, it's black, it's liquid, and it's this one, and this is the Maybelline Master Precise All Day. It's amazing. This is the best eyeliner ever. I'm not spending a ton of money on high-end eyeliners. I'm just not gonna do it when I don't think that they're any better than the drugstore ones. So this is all I use. This is it. See, I'm really like extra in some ways, but really basic in others. Many fewer others, but some others. For eyebrows, it depends what look I'm going for. Right now, I have the ABH Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz on. I love this pencil because it makes your eyebrows look like it's actual hair. It's really good at making it look like hair strokes. So this is really good and it's easy to use. I like that it's thin, but I also love this Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer. So I will use either one of these. It depends, sometimes both. And I always set it with the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. This stuff is really good too. And these, I mean, this isn't really affordable. I think it's like 20 bucks or 18 bucks. These are affordable. They're easy to get from the, well, ColourPop, you have to buy on their ColourPop website, but this is easy to buy at the drugstore. But I really like the ColourPop Brow Gel almost better than any brow gel I've ever used, so I keep repurchasing it. There's a brow pomade ColourPop has as well, and they also have a brow pencil, and I really liked the brow pencil, but the actual pencil itself kept breaking, which pissed me off. It made me mad because it would break and then I couldn't use it, so I gave up on it. So they might want to work on their packaging. And the brow pomade was okay. I initially found this when I bought them all in a set of 3 when it first came out, and I liked all the products. It was just this one kind of lasted with me the longest. To set my makeup, I use only one of 2 things, and they're both NYX, either the Dewy Finish or the Matte Finish finishing sprays, whichever one I'm feeling more like going with. If I want something matte, if I want something dewy. This one is much less full than this one because this is the one I use most often. All right, let's talk about my favorite part, eyes and lips. Oh, it's so exciting. Putting my eyeshadow on is my favorite thing to do when I'm getting ready. I love these ColourPop Super Shock shadows and the Jelly Much shadows. I'm always wearing them in my videos. They are so beautiful. And I actually got this holder for them that you can hang on your wall if you have a lot, which I do, and they're kind of hard to store. So you can hang this on your wall or prop it up against something. And if you have a lot of these Super Shock shadows, I would suggest it. I got it on Etsy, I'll link it. But these are so cool, and I like it too because you can see the shades. And you can actually see the colors instead of kind of digging through. They're so pigmented, so beautiful. They're soft. So if you can see, kind of like the highlighter, the Super Shock, like they're soft. But oh my God, there's so much color, so much pigment in these Super Shock eyeshadows. I love them. Like, it gives you the pop you want on your eye. And they're like holographic and glimmery and really pretty. They kind of are color shifting on the eyes sometimes. And the Jelly Much ones are literally like a gel formula. And I wore the green on my eyes. For which video was it? And you guys were like, I love your green. Oh, it was the one it was the second Lizzie Borden one, but it's so beautiful. And they just go on really nicely, really pigmented, really beautiful. Even if I'm using another eyeshadow palette, I usually top with these, or I'll add this like in the corner of my eyes somewhere. Just because they're so beautiful and glimmery and sparkly, and I just love them. So once again, I don't know if you've seen my makeup shelves. I'm probably gonna put some B-roll of them in here, but I have so many eyeshadow palettes. It's not even funny. I don't know why. I don't know why I keep buying them. There's so many of the same shades. Why do I keep buying them? I just love eyeshadow palettes. But thankfully, a lot of my eyeshadows are affordable, and some of my favorite eyeshadows are affordable. So this one is not. This is probably my most expensive one, but I got it as a birthday gift. So this is the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar eyeshadow palette, and oh, look how beautiful. He knows what he's doing with makeup. These are so highly pigmented, so beautiful. In fact, these are so much more pigmented than a lot of other eyeshadows I wear. I had to train myself to not go in so hard with them when I first started, because it was just like, boom, pigment right off the bat. I didn't have to build it. The Too Faced Festival palette is also one you will often see on my eyes, and I really like these shades because they're gorgeous and they're holographic and they have lots of different kind of shifting pigments to them, and I really like how they look on the eyes. These 2 guys right here, you'll often see me wearing. I love Juvia's Place so much. I guess they're considered an indie brand, even though I feel like they're one of the top eyeshadow palette makers ever. Eyeshadow palette maker. They make some of the best eyeshadow palettes out there. The formulas are great. The colors are pigmented. They're gorgeous. This is the Magic Mini, and then this one is the Freak, and they're both the Juvia's Place. They're both gorgeous. They have all these really warm tones that I like. So pretty. I use both of these quite often, and I find them to be very affordable. The ColourPop Yes Please palette is also one of my go-tos. You guys will often see me with these colors on my eyes. I just think they're gorgeous, they're pigmented, they work beautifully, and I love them. I have a crap ton of BH Cosmetics palettes because I think they make a really good eyeshadow palette. One of my favorites is the Zodiac eyeshadow palette by BH Cosmetics, just because I really like the colors. And they basically placed the colors next to the one like that. That would be your transition shade in the middle here. And then this would be what you would put on your lid. And then that's supposed to be a highlighter in the middle, but I've never used it as a highlighter. I have used it as a brow bone color though, like to lift my brow bone. Oh my God, my nose is so shiny. I also have the Supernova palette by BH Cosmetics. I have the Solar Flare palette by BH Cosmetics. I have the Aurora Lights palette by BH Cosmetics. This is my first ever BH Cosmetics palette, and I have both the Foil Eyes and the Foil Eyes 2 by BH Cosmetics. And if you're an aspiring makeup artist, these are great things to have because they're not expensive at all. And BH Cosmetics is always doing sales where you'll get, like, I think I got this for $9. Not both of them, like, each, but they're always running sales, so check them out. The Aurora Lights is probably my favorite palette. It's gorgeous. They're baked and they're beautiful. I did a whole video on this palette as well if you want to see. The Solar Flare is also my favorite because it's got lots of warm tones in it. And they're just very pigmented. They're very beautiful and they're easy to work with. And then an oldie but goodie and a favorite of mine for a while is the NARS Narcissist palette. As you can see, I've used it often. I love the basic colors. I love the formula. I love how they work. I love how they wear. It's just a palette that I love and I have loved for a while. So that's it for eyeshadow. Like I said, I have about 25 more palettes in there, so I really need to stop with that. And I have this Huda Beauty. This is the Emerald Obsessions. I just love this palette so much. I've always felt like greens were underrepresented in eyeshadow palettes, so when Huda came out with a bunch of these, I think there was like 5 or 6 of them, and there was one that was like orange toned, one that was red toned, one that was blue toned, one that was pink toned, and then the green toned one. I was like, I'm there for it. Like, I'm getting that green one. So I'm really happy I did because I like it. I use it sometimes. I use it. It's good. It's good. It lasts forever. It's good quality. But you can't wear green eyeshadow every day. And last but not least, my favorite lip products. My favorite lipsticks since the day I tried them, which wasn't that long ago. I think it was like 2 months ago or maybe a month and a half ago, but the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick. Right now I'm wearing this color and this is called Yummy. The reason I love them is because, first of all, they go on smooth. Second of all, they don't dry your lips out. That's always an issue I have with lipstick, especially lipstick that goes matte. Is it drying my lips out and then they look like crusty and they look, you can see the lines, and these do not do that, and they will last all day long. It's insane. As long as you're not eating like a salad dressing or anything oily, these will last forever. I told you, Jeffree Star knows what he's doing. My favorite nude lip to wear is this color here by Jeffree Star. It's called Calabasas. And then you've got Celebrity Skin, which is a pinky nude. And one of my favorites to wear is Allegedly, which I think is funny because I always say allegedly in my videos. And you also have Candy Ass. This one's awesome and it's beautiful. And I think I have one more. This guy's called Scandal. And it's super glittery and super pretty. I also love the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lips. These are lip glosses. I like them a lot. They're pigmented, they're beautiful, they're not sticky, and they're pretty reasonably priced. And if you notice in my videos, if I ever put a description box of what I'm wearing for makeup, it's usually a ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip. And I also love the ColourPop Cream Luxe Lipsticks. These are really beautiful. They are smooth, they are just really easy to go on, and I really like how nice they look on the lips. I think that's it. That's crazy, guys. Okay, if you guys want to see any other videos like this, let me know. I know there's people out there who just want to see the true crime stuff, but I know there are a lot of you out there who enjoy this beauty and makeup side of life as much as I do. So if you want to see anything specific, let me know and I will post it, and I won't detract from a true crime or mystery video. It will just be an additional video for you guys. Whew, that was a lot. Oh! So if you've noticed, I have nail polish on today. I never wear nail polish. I destroyed my nails from using acrylics for so many years, and I've been trying to grow them back and get them healthy. So I don't want to do gel and I don't want to do acrylics. But this nail polish company, Live Love Polish, they're based out of New York City. They were kind enough to send me this beautiful collection of color-shifting, gorgeous magnetic nail polishes. Oh my God, they're so beautiful. And I made Adam paint my nails last night. And I don't know if you could tell when I was showing you the products that the color was shifting and changing. And let me just show you really quick. So you would start with a black nail polish, and Live Love polish makes a great one. It's called LBD for Little Black Dress. It's awesome, dries so fast, one coat, beautiful. And then you would put on one of these gorgeous, gorgeous nail polishes. So I'm wearing Bengal, and it shifts from gold to greens to reds, and then there's this little magnet. So when you put this on after the black coat, while it's still wet, you would put the magnet over, and it basically makes like this cat eye design. And then you let it dry, and it does this cool, it's hard to see, but it's like almost a jeweled effect, where your nails literally look like little jewels. There's like a blue one, a peacock one, there's an orange one. They all change colors, they're all beautiful, they're all magnetic, and I'll actually post a video that shows swatches, or I'll post a link to a video in the description box that shows swatches of these. And I'm really trying to grow my nails out longer so that I can take advantage of all these polishes. And the awesome thing about Live Love polish and the Fearless collection in general is 100% of the proceeds go to Koniko Cat Cafe in New York City. Koniko Cat Cafe helps at-risk cats who don't have homes by giving them food, shelter, and love until they can get them adopted to save them from being euthanized. So it's a really great cause. If you like these polishes, head over to the Live Love Polish website and check them out. Once again, 100% of the proceeds do go towards Koniko Cat Cafe to help cats. And you know, I love animals so much. I love animals sometimes more than I love people. So it was a really good cause, close to my heart. And they are not sponsoring me to say this. I have not been paid by Live Love Polish. They gifted me this collection so that I was able to spread the word and raise awareness for the wonderful things that Koniko Cat Cafe is doing. Also, let me know in the comments if you use any of this stuff that I use and how you feel about it, and what your one favorite makeup item is. One favorite makeup item. Okay guys, that's going to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you did. Your go-to cannot live without desert island makeup item. One of them. And I'll think about mine. I'm gonna think about the one, if I had to pick one item to bring on a desert island with me, one makeup item, what would it be? And you tell me what yours is. Okay, I'll see you guys soon. I love you so much. Stay kind and stay beautiful, and have a great day. Bye.